Well, hi everybody. The very last classic roundup for 2022. Here with my great friend Dane Pearce has been down from Rocky again, and guys, we've had a wonderful finish to a very long week, but a fantastic week, mate.
Yeah, Mark, I think it's just been an outstanding week, and I think it's one of those sales. I think just it's a real turning point. I think everyone will remember what has taken place over here this week, and over the last 10 days at the Classic.
Look, I think firstly, before we start talking about the sale averages, one thing I do want to talk about is particularly Mark Witherden's team, the team here at Tamworth, the effort that's gone in here with the Tamworth City Council, New South Wales Health, to be able to actually get this event to run. And that's been one of the really impressive parts of what the team here have done, is to be able to deliver this event the last 2 years, despite COVID, despite all the adversities that have been put in front of us. And I just think on behalf of the sales team and the vendors and the competitors, Mark and your team, a lot of hard work that doesn't get seen is the reason that we're here.
Yeah, they just willed it to happen and found a way no matter what. And I think so many vendors were just so thankful to be able to come here to the event, because so many people, in New South Wales and Victoria have been shut up, and people said they haven't been anywhere, and I was so grateful to come here. So
the Auction Plus system, again, to have the opportunity for those people that couldn't travel, there's been a terrific fundamental in the auction process, where quite often you've got 8 and 10 bids before we actually offer a price in the sale ring. You'd agree, Dane? It shortens up the day's selling.
It does, and it's that. As auctioneers and selling, we're already starting and going. From the moment we knock the one lot down, there's already people starting and bidding on the next lot, and it gives you a lot of momentum and confidence to just keep moving forward through the sale.
Looking back to the start, we talked about probably over 3,000 horses on the grounds at its peak. We talked about record numbers in the competition, record numbers in the sale ring, but some fantastic drafting during the first week. Again, thank you to those wonderful judges that put themselves out there for a big program. End of the day, when you wrap it up, it's probably the Ben Hall show.
It probably is. There's probably no two ways about it. His name was all over everything, and rightly so. And a huge congratulations to him. He was in everything. The frightening thing out of all of this for me is when Ben's getting a horse warmed up, probably the only bloke really on his keel was Will Durkin. And they're Will and on to Southern Cross. They managed to take home the open draft, but when he wasn't there himself, Will's picking the cattle for him. So we've got a very formidable team that have bought a team of horses. I know a truckload of horses went north again, and those horses will go mustering for the next 12 months. So you look out if you're going to come back here and try and take either of those guys on. They're the blokes that are doing it every day, and I guess they know how to pick cattle, and that's what they do.
We'll go through the sale gross and of the overall sale, mates. You've got some stats there?
Yeah. Once again, records are tumbled here nearly every day, and we broke new ground. And, for the entire sale as we sit now, I think we're about a 92% clearance. So that's, for a horse sale of this size and scale is absolutely outstanding. And that gives us a gross of 17,077,000. I think that's probably still going to go up a bit. There's still horses getting sold out there at the moment. So the average price for the entire sale is $27,149, which is, it's phenomenal and just an absolute huge result. We've got averages for geldings. The geldings averaged $18,809.03, so very strong. Stallions averaged $37,666. That was for the stallions, and not surprising, the mare average phenomenal. $33,858 on the mares. And I think, as we're doing the stats before, the only record that didn't really break here over the past 5 days was the stallion record stays intact.
Yeah, it is. And look, if you look at the mares in particular, you look at the effort that's gone into preparation. You've got a lot of these crosses, some of these import genetics that are being put over some of these wonderful colonial or Australian bred horses. I think it's taking the whole bar another level. You've got a dual-purpose horse that can run it. They can gallop a circle outside in a camp draft arena. They can run down a fence in a challenge. There's a lot of horses here that you could put their hand down, two-handed cutting. The Australian performance horse industry, we're now celebrating 15 years here, and take myself back to the old showground. You've got 129 horses, grossed 1.2 million. Go forward 15 years. It's quite humbling to see how this event has grown. The support of vendors particularly the trainers and the purchasers, the people that have believed in this concept and come on the ride. We have a fail-fast approach, but it appears the extra horses we took on, we're always nervous, and if we stop being nervous, we worry we're not getting it right or we don't care about the outcome. But it's been a wonderful, wonderful event and exciting. 550,000. Joel Fleming, I think a masterclass as an auctioneer, but what a wonderful opportunity to put a mare like that to the ring.
It was, and it was so great, you know, in the sale of that mare to see so many young people involved. Isaac, the trainer, the vendor, they're all young people in the industry, and I think it's just so wonderful. And even Joel, you know, it's just so wonderful to see all these young people having a go and getting in the limelight and you know, breaking new ground in the performance horse industry.
Yep, 105,000 for a gelding. Yeah, young gelding. One More Desire, lot 413. Again, new records are broken, but the interest again, you look at the young gun competitors, the bar that's been lifted there. Not to mention 3,500 cattle we've used this weekend to get this event done. Again, the team behind the scenes, the cattle donors, the team here at ALEC, everyone that's made this possible. We've enjoyed good weather, but an exciting new chapter as we move into this graduates draft, which will happen in September.
Yeah, I think it's really, people are talking about it, and I think, you know, when you came and announced that the other day, people were just, you could see them thinking, and you know, that's another opportunity to come back here from any of these sales and come back and really have a good crack at the money.
So to make that clear for people that are interested, that graduates draft, once they're out of their aged events, so once they're out of their classic year, those horses purchased either from Willinga, Toowoomba or the Tamworth sales here at the Classic from their inception. Those horses, while they're on your truck and they remain in the ownership of the original purchaser, they'll be encouraged to come back that first weekend in September. We're anticipating around 200 sale horses. We'll look at the parameters around that, but to try and take the pressure off this event, they will be Classic eligible or graduate eligible. We can confirm now we're at 17 million. It'll be not less than, what's that going to be, $65,000 in the pot from the Nutrien, 0.5% of commission. Plus, we've now had Ringers Western that have been just fantastic supporters of the Standardbred Challenge. They've committed $50,000 to add back as a major sponsor, which that gives you, again, an amazing pot to start with. And then we're looking at, again, I think 17 million, it's 85,000, sorry. So it's 85 plus the 50 is 130, plus your entry fee, which will be 300 plus GST. We would anticipate somewhere close to $200,000 here in September.
Just huge, and I think it's, you know, it's breaking new ground in the camp draft world. When you're talking that sort of prize money, I think it'll really bring out the best Australia has to offer. If they're not already here, they're going to be here for sure.
And looking at Toowoomba coming up, you guys have got a big program set for Toowoomba again.
Yep, the Toowoomba Supreme, really sort of well underway. Colby and the team up there do a great job in Toowoomba. Nominations are open now via the Nutrien online system, and I do believe they close on the 11th of February via Nutrien online. So if you think you have horses to sell at the Toowoomba sale, please contact Colby or Simon, the Toowoomba team. Looking to, you know, probably run a bigger, better event there in 2022 again.
And if you've got an open age horse that gets purchased out of there, or if you bought one before, if you want to get back to that graduate draft, you can go to your sale, what's it, around the first week in April?
First weekend in May.
Sorry, end of April, first weekend in May. You've only got a couple of months, get that horse home, give it a spell, bring it back to work, and you can come down here and for $300 chase 200,000.
That's right, and you know the quality of horses that are popping up there are you know, equal to a lot of what's here, and you know it's a good strong sale, and I think, you know, you could buy yourself a prospect with the view of coming back here to win that graduates draft for sure.
Look, last thing I'd like to mention, the backyard workers, Lockie and his team. Those guys, we pay those guys to work, but they do an enormous job. They're there for a fortnight in the camp draft. Things don't get seen because it's done without effort in the backyard. Big thank you to those guys. They do a wonderful job. They look after the cattle. But also in particular, some great friends of mine, those Turnback team. You know, we rewarded or recognised Ian Laurie, Simon Dodwell and Mel Cochran for 10 years of service. Those guys do that for nothing. They come here as like it's any other weekend camp draft. We try and give them a hand at theirs. But to all of those volunteers, Welshie comes in, Brett Welsh, again, a volunteer, mate.
Yeah, he does it all for nothing, and he does it because he He loves the concept and he loves the industry, and you know, special mention to Brett. He does an outstanding job with bringing people to some of the stories and things that happen over the time at the Classic Week here. And yeah, thanks so much to Brett. It really, I think, just probably even the people that aren't here, it brings them in touch with what's happening here. So yeah, it's wonderful what he does.
And lastly, they're always behind the camera, not in front of it. Yowie and Selena and Em, those guys, again, everything that's brought to you has a plan.
Yep.
It's not something we just throw at them at the last minute. Sometimes they have to improvise because we're chasing something else. But the quality of the work that you guys get to see, the people that aren't here to enjoy, the live feed, the wrap-ups each day, the stories. Thank you to Wild Colts and the Australian Equine Network. Those guys are what make us look good and are an integral part of the Nutrien Equine team. For everyone that's been there, thanks for enjoying the last couple of weeks. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of it. And we look forward to being of service at Toowoomba and down the track.